I suck at intros, so let's just get into it. So today's going to be a little different of a video than I've made before. So one thing is that I don't have the Z900 anymore. I sold that a while ago. Been big boy sad since then. Ended up picking up one of these yesterday. I've got 10 miles on it. And I don't know how loud it is because it's very loud for me. It's very windy. This is a Tenere 700. Very happy with it. But I got my camera. I'm gonna do another one of those little photo missions that I've done in the past, except the difference is I'm gonna be going off-road. Still not sure where that's gonna be. It's very windy, but I wanted to take a minute to say thank you if you are tuning in, wherever you're from. Welcome to Arizona. It could rain today, it could not rain today, it could be sunny in about 5 minutes. Right now it's just very windy and obnoxious. Hope you enjoy the scenery a little bit while I talk about... What am I talking about today? Well, honestly, I got a topic that's kind of fitting to the Tenere. Living with only a bike. And the lifestyle and the mindset that goes into that. This might be catered to like people who were in between, like buying a car versus buying a bike for the first time. Because I went that route. I was in between. Whenever I was 17, I had the option to buy a car or a bike, but I wasn't really sure what kind of car I wanted, if I wanted a car at all. I was really big into bikes, but I didn't have, like, I hadn't had a bike before, so I didn't know if I really wanted that or not. But I ended up, personally, I went with the bike first. And I had only a bike for 4 years before I bought my first car. And honestly, I wouldn't go back and trade it. If I had to go back and pick a car over a bike, I wouldn't do it, because everything that I needed to accomplish, I could do that on a bike just fine. If I had to go to the store and pick up a gallon of milk, I can bring home a gallon of milk on a bike. The bulk of my motorcycle riding, I was either living at home with my parents, and even after I moved out, I was living on my own. I didn't need a whole lot. I didn't need like a week's worth of groceries in one sitting. If I needed to go buy like a TV or anything, I always had somebody I could talk to go help me out with that. Or Amazon was big, because I ordered a bunch on Amazon to come to get delivered and stuff. So if you don't have anybody to help you out, like moving stuff around, then I mean, you may end up wanting to get a car first. But I never really had the desire to like take people with me when I go places. I like the freedom of the road. Having a bike as my only mode of transportation, I went 4 years with that. And I remember there was a point in time, because I had the bulk of that time I had a CBR 600, and I got to a point, I had the bike like customized, custom painted fairings, everything was the way I wanted it to be. It looked really cool, in my opinion. I liked it. It was my vehicle. I didn't really see it as like, oh, a track bike, or I'm gonna go ride up a mountain really quick. I don't know. I was just commuting to work, commuting to friends' places, wherever I wanted to go. If I wanted to go on a cruise, I just took the CBR and I cruised. And I kind of grew, I guess, numb to the fact that I had a Super Sport. My co-workers that I was working with, I remember I didn't even know it, but they thought that was the coolest thing, that I'd come to work on a Super Sport every day. So I had a couple, like 3 or 4 co-workers end up picking up bikes. Just so, hey, I got a bike now, we can go riding together. And I'm just like, oh, do you know how to ride? And they're like, no, can you ride it home for me? Because I just bought it and it's still at the dealership. And I'm like, holy crap, you just bought a brand new bike from a dealership and you don't know how to ride and you don't have any gear. Alright, I guess I can work with that. So I kind of adopted this like big brother style of like parenting in a way, because wait, hold on, I'm on a Tenere, I can do shit like this. Yeah, I kind of adopted like a big brother style of mentoring for these people who didn't really know how to ride or what to do or the lifestyle that comes with it. They just wanted to have a bike to be cool, and it's not a bad thing as long as you can accept the fact that you're going to need training, you're going to need practice, you're going to need safety gear. And so I told them all, I was like, I'm in no way a motorcycle instructor, but I've been riding for a long time, so I picked up my own kind of style of riding. I know what's safe for me. I'm not gonna go out there and, you know, do stupid stuff and wreck, and like, I don't know, for me it was always a mode of transportation that you can wreck in a car the same way you can wreck on a bike, but there's different mindset that goes into that, where like on a bike you have to be aware of what you're running into: tar snakes, potholes, debris on the road, animals. You got to be on the lookout for that kind of stuff on a bike, where you can feel every like bump in the road that you hit. I wanted to teach people. They didn't have the patience, they didn't have any knowledge. They jumped on it and they wrecked all their bikes. They either wrecked them and destroyed the bikes, or ended up hurt, or one dude actually took the muffler off, or he took the whole exhaust off actually, and then it was loud as all get out, and he was just redlining everywhere he went and ended up blowing his motor up. So I value safety, I value longevity of keeping your bikes running properly. One of the things I like doing is going with a couple of buddies on a safe little group ride down to like a cafe in the morning, hit up a mountain, do some twisties. I don't know, that's what I see as fun. Hold on, everything I said prior is no longer relevant, because this is interesting. Also, this is my first time on like a legitimate adventure bike, essentially. So I'm still driving it like a sport bike off-road. I'm very tentative to what I'm doing, so don't judge me. What was I saying? I don't know. I guess the moral of the story on that one was like, having a bike as a primary mode of transportation, where you don't have a car, you just have the bike. If you're in between, like debating whether you want a car or a bike, or if you never even considered having a bike and you haven't bought a car yet and you're kind of in between, I would consider looking into bikes, just because they're cheaper on insurance, they're cheaper in general. Like a brand new motorcycle, like entry-level motorcycle, you can get those for like $5,000 or less, or give or take. But like, whereas a car, if you're going brand new, you're going like $20,000 or higher. Or if you're going used, even a used car is going to be like $10,000, $11,000, where you can get a brand new bike for $5,000, and it takes like $8 to fill the gas tank. Insurance is dirt cheap on these things. I don't know. To me, it just resonated because I was, 17, 18 years old, and I was looking for something cheap to get around to go to work with, save a lot of money. I didn't want to bankrupt myself on a car that was subpar. I wanted something that would be enjoyable to drive around, something I could be proud of. And I was very proud whenever I got that first bike and learned how to ride it properly and knew what I was doing. I saved a lot of money that way, made a lot of friends. The motorcycle community is huge. And I had that for 4 years before I got my first car. I found a need for the car whenever I started working overnights. As soon as I started working overnights at sketchy locations, I couldn't just leave the bike outside all night. I needed something. I want to go down there. I need something else. Alright, so let's see. Alright. Alright, I can see it. I've got to tippy toe this thing. Alright, so I'm 6'1", but I don't have the weight to lower the suspension on this thing to where I can flat foot. I can flat foot one foot and tippy toe the other. That's about where I'm at right now. Let's see, I can get some shots right here. Oh god. Alright, I guess this is gonna have to do. I'll talk more about bike only life, because it kind of fits the Tenere, because as a first bike, or only bike rather, if you're going for an only bike, something like this is perfect, because it's got easy mounts for saddlebags. If you're going to do like Craiga bags or like aluminum racks or anything like that, it's already got the easy mounts for that. You can just throw those on there and have enough storage to carry all your stuff. I've only ever used backpacks personally, so having this is new to me. I may end up going with bags just to carry camera equipment around, or like food, clothes if I want to. I may end up taking this thing like moto camping at some point, like rig it up with a fuel canister and a tent, a hammock. Arizona's not the best place for sleeping on the ground because of snakes, scorpions, spiders, that kind of stuff. If I can pick up like a hammock, maybe a fuel canister, some saddlebags, take this thing camping, that'd be pretty dope, I think. Even if you're picking up something cheaper than this, like just base level sport bikes, little adventure bikes, little cruisers, literally anything in that $5,000 range between $4,000 and $6,000. Pick them up, finance them like $100 a month, easy. Saves you on insurance, saves you on gas. Let's say you got enough money for a used car, but you don't want to buy a used car because they're all used and gross. This thing costs as much as a used car, and this is, like I said, brand new, showroom floor. I've got 17 miles on it right now. Like, and if I had the money for a used car back then, and this was available back then, I would have been all over this. All right, I'm gonna shut up for a bit, get some photos going. I set my helmet down in a pile of ants. Let's get going so the wind knocks them out. You know, I was thinking about it. Oh God. Excuse me. I was thinking about it while I was doing those photos. Thanks to those people who I was mentioning earlier who would like buy bikes and then not get the training that is, in my opinion, necessary. Not just a bike, but like driving a car or anything you do. Your own personal safety and the safety of people around you should be the first thing that's considered. And if I'm being honest, if I didn't get to like learn from those people who didn't have those fundamentals, I wouldn't be like so obnoxiously big brother about it nowadays. Because since then I've trained a good handful of people how to ride motorcycles. Those people would get the bikes and then have the patience to learn and train. I had a buddy of mine like 2 weeks ago buy a Honda Rebel 500, and I rode it home from the dealership for him, and I told him, look, I'm not going through this again. Then you gotta let me train. You gotta let me teach you how to ride it. At least get the fundamentals down, the safety, the core aspects of wearing gear while you ride. Like, it's not, I mean, yeah, it's a cool fun factor. It's awesome. Having a bike is a good feeling, and it shouldn't be like suppressed. Don't go beyond your skill level. And I'm not trying to say that I'm an expert in any way. I'm just, again, I'm giving my 2 cents. Just take it with a grain of salt if you have to, but safety's first. Yeah, no, I wouldn't go back and change it in the world if I had the option to. Having all those memories to make me the kind of rider that I am today. Because yeah, I've made mistakes. I've taken corners too fast. I've hit ice. I've hit gravel. I hit a car once. That wasn't fun. I did say welcome to Arizona earlier, and I meant that. Look at this. This is basically Tucson in a nutshell. If it's not streets with potholes in them, it's this. Oh, hold on. There's an ant. There's an ant in my helmet. Oh God, get out. I can feel you crawling around in there, buddy. If you're watching like this far into the video, I appreciate you sticking around. If you're a new rider or somebody who may only like ride on the weekends and want some more training, Bandana the Fireman, he is the guy to go to for his new rider tips. Don't just apply to new riders though. Like, you can be a rider for, you know, years and still go check out his new rider tips, and you may learn something that you've never thought of before. Oh, there's an ant on my neck. Jesus Christ. Oh God. And here comes the wind again. Whether you're talking about riding in the mountains really fast, talking about riding on the track, talking about, you know, stunting in a lot. If you're talking about adventuring, there's always safety that you can talk about. Safety can apply to every part of bikes. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. If anyone's sticking around this long, thank you for sticking around. Yeah, I'm gonna be making more content on this bike in the future. I'm gonna try to upload once every Friday. So Fridays, those are my day. And now I gotta stick to it because I said it out loud. Y'all have a good day or night wherever you're from. See y'all later.